chaplain this afternoon, will be introduced by a gentleman from the 176th House District, Representative James Burchett. Representative Burchett. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, colleagues. I want to take a personal privilege here to thank each and every one of you for crossover. I think we had a fantastic evening. We could have done it without being a team, so I appreciate everybody. It is my distinct honor. It is my distinct honor to introduce to you our pastor of the day. He is a friend to me. He has been a friend to me since before I was elected to this chamber. He is someone that I can go to and ask questions of, and he's been in the business of politics. He is my mayor. He's been the mayor of my hometown, Waycross, Georgia, and he's on his second term. But more importantly, he has spent 35 years leading Emmanuel International as their lead pastor. He's also been 37 years an educator in the state of Georgia, both as an administrator and high school educator, and currently serving at Coastal Pines in Waycross, Georgia. I won't take his time up. I just want to say thank you to Dr. Michelangelo James for coming up here and giving us a word. And without further ado, Mayor James.
Honorable members of the Georgia House of Representatives, and to our Speaker Burns and Whip Burchett, I want to thank you for your dedication to our people within the state of Georgia. As I go to the word of the Lord, the word says, whatever you do, work at it with your whole heart, as working for the Lord and not for human masters. The King James Version would say, do all things heartily as unto the Lord, and not pleasing men. And what that means to us is that we have a great work to be diligent, to have a time of devotion, and certainly to be dedicated to the divine direction. We are called to work with dedication and commitment in our hearts. This gives us our sense of purpose. And as I was studying my devotion, numbers came up to mind. One of those numbers was the number 6, which represents work, and it also represents man. And as I was thinking through it, there was a chapter in Nehemiah. It was the 6th chapter. And it dealt with the assessment of how we must look at the things around us and be diligent in our work. The man Nehemiah worked very diligently to make sure and to make certain that the wall that had been broken was rebuilt. He took a time to assess the damage, and there's some damage that had to be dealt with. And he did this by going from diligence to devotion. He went to God. He began to talk to him, and he gave him his directives. And when you get directives from God, it seems like you're going to have help from the sidelines, but God gave help from the inside. And I say you're going to get some inside help. When any person knows anything about God's prayers, we say, we pray back to God, we say to what God said to us. This is what he did. And when Nehemiah did as was stated in Colossians 3, the scripture says that he not only had an assessment, he got an assortment of helpers. And that assortment of helpers worked together on one assignment, and that was to get the wall back up again. With that mindset, their devotion, like that of a teacher, spends extra time ensuring every student understands, showing them how to be committed and working beyond their duties. I would say to us, keep working, stay diligent, stay devoted, and lastly, be dedicated. Dedicated like a medical doctor searching for a cure, driven by a vision for a healthier future. Much like the farmer, you, our House of Representatives, you labor to cultivate policies that nourish our state. And with that devotion of dedicated teaching and dedicated working, you're working to help us understand how you craft laws and enlighten the uplift. When I think through this, I think about how God is representing all things in everything he says and does, and all things represent him and how they live and how they come together. So with that thought in mind, as we carry out our duties with diligence, devotion, and dedication, let us remember our work as we work in the house. I think about the work that Nehemiah had to do. The book says that after he did all those things, within 52 days, everything had to be completed. And though he was taunted, tempted, and tried by those who were sitting on the sidelines, every day they came back. Every day they came with another thing. But after all these things, he says, I'm doing a great work, and I cannot come down. House of Representatives, you're doing a great work. Keep on doing what God has called you to do, and don't come down. At this time, I want to pray with you. And as we stand to pray, Heavenly Father, we gather today with gratitude for the privilege of serving the people of Georgia. As we carry out our duties, guide us to work with diligence, ensuring our actions reflect care and thoughtfulness. Instill in us devotion to our principles, to the welfare of those we represent. Grant us dedication so our efforts are unwavering and focused on creating a better tomorrow. May the legacy we leave be one of compassion, integrity, and progress, ensuring that the future generations look upon our work with pride and hope. In the name of Jesus we pray. We seek your wisdom, strength, and unity. Amen. Amen. Let us look to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Bishop, thank you for making the journey from Waycross. And thank you for serving your congregations, but also thanks for serving the people of Waycross as mayor. We appreciate and thank you for those words. They got us started, a good start for our day. Doorkeepers, you may open the doors. Members, you may join the bishop in the South Ante room. Thanking him for his service today, and get a photo with him. Chairman Hilton, the chair of the Committee on Information and Audits, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We lost an hour of sleep this weekend, so we're a little bit tired. But your Committee on Information and Audits has read the journal the previous day and found it to be correct.
I thought it was because you stayed up late on Thursday night. Chairman Hilton, the chair of the Committee on Information and Audits, reports that the journal of the previous legislative day has been read and found to be correct. Is there any objection to dispense with the reading the journal? Hearing none, the reading of the journal is dispensed with. Is there any objection to the confirmation of the journal? Hearing none, and the journal is confirmed. Mr. Clerk, would you read the resolution establishing the order of business of the day, for the day?
Representative Administration of the 104th moves following be established as the order of business during the first part of period unanimous consents. Introduction of bills and resolutions, first reading and reference of House bills and resolutions, second reading of bills and resolutions, reports of standing committees, third reading and passage of uncontested local bills and resolutions, first reading and reference of Senate bills and resolutions, morning orders.
Is there any objection to the adoption of the resolution establishing the order of business for the day? Hearing none, the resolution is adopted. First reading of bills and resolutions. Mr. Clerk, will you read?
House Bill 732 by Representative Townsend of the 179th, Deloach of the 167th, Saints of the 180th. Bill be titled, an act to authorize the governing authority of Glynn County to levy an excise tax.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 733 by Representative Miller of the 62nd, Tran of the 80th, Holcomb of the 101st, Smith of the 18th, Kelly the 16th, and others. Bill be titled, an act to amend Title 33 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to insurance.
Budget and Fiscal Affairs Oversight.
House Bill 734 by Representative Hagan of the 156th. The bill be titled, Act to authorize the City of Vidalia, Georgia to exercise all redevelopment and other powers.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 735 by Representative Hagan of the 156th. The bill be titled, Act to authorize the City of Lyons, Georgia to exercise all redevelopment and other powers.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 736 by Representative Jones, the 60th. The bill be titled, Act to amend Code Section 22, 751.4 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to policies prohibiting bullying.
Education.
House Bill 737 by Representative Smith of the 18th. Bill be titled, Act to authorize the governing authority of Haralson County to levy an excise tax.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 738 by Representative Crowe of the 118th. The bill be titled, to abolish the office of elected county surveyor of Butts County.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 739 by Representative Park of the 107th, Clark of the 108th, Okoye of the 102nd, Administration of the 104th, McLean of the 109th, and others. Bill be titled, an act to amend an act providing a new charter for the City of Lawrenceville.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 740 by Representative Scott of the 76th, Davis of the 87th, Schofield of the 63rd. Bill be titled, an act to amend Article 6 of Chapter 2 of Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated the Quality Basic Education Act.
Education.
House Bill 741 by Representative Petrie, the 166th, Stevens, the 164th, and Franklin of the 160th. Bill be titled, an act to provide a homestead exemption from Bryan County School District ad valorem taxes.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Resolution 513 by Representative Green of the 154th, Taylor of the 173rd, Hagan of the 156th, Carpenter of the 4th, Tarver of the 2nd, and others. A resolution encouraging the United States Congress to investigate the dispersion of chemicals into the sky.
Natural Resources and Environment.
House Resolution 539 by Representative Gilliard of the 162nd, Jackson of the 165th, Stevens the 164th. A resolution recognizing Mr. Nolan Sentle Smith, Jr. and dedicating a bridge in his honor.
Transportation.
House Resolution 540 by Representative Gilliard of the 162nd, Glaze the 67th, Lupton of the 83rd, and Henderson of the 113th. A resolution urging the Congress of the United States to adopt legislation requiring the Medicare program to provide. Yes.
Public and Community Health.
House Resolution 547 by Representative Glaze, the 67th, a resolution honoring the life of Mother S.E. Frankie May Stiegel Arnold and dedicating a road in her memory.
Transportation.
House Resolution 548 by Representative Glaze, the 67th, a resolution honoring the life of Mayor Betty Hanna and dedicating a road in her memory.
Transportation.
The Senate Bill 4 by Senator Donald Zala, the 27th.
Mr. Clerk, will you suspend just for a minute? Watch it. Watch it here. Watch it here. Members, we're going to first read some Senate bills. There's probably a couple people on the floor that would like to hear where we're going to assign those bills. So if you could keep it to a little bit of a lower murmur. I know we all missed each other. We did have a day off last week, so. Thank you, members. Mr. Clerk, will you continue with Senate bills?
Senate Bill 4 by Senator Donald Zala, the 27th, Beach, the 21st, Robertson, the 29th, Walker, the 20th, Watson, the 1st, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 2, Title 20, the official code of Georgia annotated relating to elementary and secondary education.
Education.
Senate Bill 17 by Senators Anna Devarte of the 31st, Dixon the 45th, again to the 47th, Gooch the 51st, Robertson the 29th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Article 11 of Chapter 2 of Title 20 and Article 10 of Chapter 3 of Title 38 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to public school property.
Education.
Senate Bill 27 by Senator Albers, the 56th, Robertson, the 29th, Williams, the 25th, Hodges, the 3rd, Watson, the 1st, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Article 7 of Chapter 5 of Title 16 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to stalking.
Judiciary non-civil.
Senate Bill 33 by Senator Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, Watson of the 1st, Cowser of the 46th, Watson of the 11th, Parent of the 44th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 23 of Title 2 of the official code of Georgia annotated the Georgia Hemp Farming Act.
Agriculture and Consumer Affairs.
Senate Bill 61 by Senator Donald Zala, the 27th, Dixon the 45th, Hickman of the 40th, Still of the 48th, Robertson of the 29th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Article 60, Chapter 11 of Title 15 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to delinquency.
Judiciary non-civil.
Senate Bill 82 by Senator Dixon of the 45th, Gooch of the 51st, Anna Devarte of the 31st, Payne of the 54th, Brass of the 6th, and others. Bill be titled act to amend Article 31 of Chapter 2 of Title 20 of the official code of Georgia annotated the Charter Schools Act of 1998.
Education.
Senate Bill 93 by Senator Kemp of the 38th, Hickman of the 4th, Jones of the 22nd, Dolezal of the 27th, Estevez of the 35th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Code Section 22, 153.1 of the official code of Georgia annotated the Georgia Early Literacy Act.
Education.
Senate Bill 100 by Senator Robertson of the 29th, Hatchett of the 50th, Williams of the 25th, Still of the 48th, Albers of the 56th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Code Section 31, 10, 14 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to issuance of a new birth certificate.
Judiciary.
Senate Bill 105 by Senator Anna Devarte of the 31st, Watson of the 11th, Goodman of the 8th, Eccles of the 49th, Hatchett of the 50th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 50 of Title 43 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to veterinarians and veterinary technicians.
Agriculture and Consumer Affairs.
Senate Bill 109 by Senator Harbison of the 15th, Walker of the 20th, Payne of the 54th, Anderson of the 43rd, Robertson of the 29th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 25 of Title 33 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to life insurance.
Insurance.
Senate Bill 119 by Senator Goodman, the 8th, Watson, the 11th, Hatchett of the 50th, Jones of the 22nd, Summers of the 13th, and others. Bill be titled, an act to amend Subpart 1 of Part 4 of Article 2, Chapter 2, and Title 8 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to general provisions for manufactured or mobile homes.
Banks and banking.
Senate Bill 121 by Senator Harbin of the 16th, Roberts of the 29th, Hatchett of the 50th, Dixon of the 45th, Burns of the 23rd, and others. Bill be titled, an act to amend Code Section 33, 7, 11 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to uninsured motorist coverage.
Insurance.
Senate Bill 129 by Senator Albers, the 56th, Payne of the 54th, Brass, the 6th, Harbison of the 15th, Still of the 48th, and others. Bill be titled, an act to amend Part 1 of Article 2, Chapter 5 of Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to property tax exemptions.
Ways and means.
Senate Bill 132 by Senator Strickland of the 42nd, Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, Watson of the 1st, Jackson of the 41st, Anderson of the 43rd. The bill be titled, an act to amend Part 2 of Article 6 of Chapter 7 and Title 17 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to insanity and mental incapacity.
Judiciary non-civil.
Senate Bill 140 by Senator Dolezal of the 27th, Brass of the 6th, Harbison of the 15th, Still of the 48th, Hickman of the 4th, and others. Bill be titled, an act to amend Chapter 30 of Title 43 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to optometrists.
Health.
Senate Bill 147 by Senator Redd of the 33rd, Albers of the 56th, Robertson of the 29th, Gooch of the 51st, Oracle of the 36th, and others. Bill be titled, an act to amend Article 3, Chapter 5 of Title 42 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to conditions of detention.
Public safety and homeland security.
Senate Bill 148 by Senator Hatchett of the 50th and Rahman of the 5th. A bill be titled, an act to amend Article 11 of Chapter 2 of Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to public school property and facilities.
Education.
Senate Bill 149 by Senator Hickman of the 4th, Dixon of the 45th, Williams of the 25th, Burns of the 23rd, Goodman of the 8th. A bill be titled, an act to amend Code Section 23, 411 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to definitions regarding tuition equalization.
Higher education.
Senate Bill 162 by Senator Huffstetler of the 52nd, Watson of the 1st, Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, Tillery of the 19th, Walker of the 20th. Bill be titled, an act to amend Article 1 of Chapter 34, Title 43 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to Georgia Composite Medical Board.
Public health.
Senate Bill 163 by Senator Moore of the 53rd, Anna Devarte of the 31st, Summers of the 13th, Tillery of the 19th, Strickland of the 42nd, and others. Bill be titled, an act to amend Part 5, Article 4, Chapter 11 of Title 16 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to Brady Law regulations.
Judiciary.
Senate Bill 170 by Senator Jackson of the 41st, Robertson of the 29th, Summers of the 13th, and Halpern of the 39th. Bill be titled, an act to amend Chapter 12 of Title 50 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to commissions and other agencies.
Governmental affairs.
Senate Bill 173 by Senator McLaurin of the 14th, Tillery of the 19th, Strickland of the 42nd, Estevez of the 35th, Parent of the 44th, and others. Bill be entitled, an act to amend Article 3, Chapter 11, and Title 9 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to pleadings and motions.
Judiciary.
Senate Bill 179 by Senator Dixon of the 45th, Gooch of the 51st, Cowser to the 46th, Kennedy to the 18th, Ginn to the 47th, and others. Bill be titled, an act to amend Chapter 2 of Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to elementary and secondary education.
Education.
Senate Bill 191 by Senator Still of the 48th, Dixon of the 45th, Eccles of the 49th, Huffstetler of the 52nd, Walker of the 20th. The bill be titled, an act to amend Chapter 8 of Title 34 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to employment security.
Industry and labor.
Senate Bill 204 by Senator Jones of the 22nd, Redd of the 33rd, Parent of the 44th, James of the 28th, and Rahman of the 5th. Bill be titled, an act to amend Code Section 17.7, 70.1 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to trial upon accusations.
Judiciary non-civil.
Senate Bill 207 by Senator Strickland of the 42nd, Brass of the 6th, Anna Devarte of the 31st, Cowser of the 46th, Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, and others. Bill be titled, an act to amend Titles 20, 26, 31, 33, and 43 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to education, food, drugs, and cosmetics.
Judiciary non-civil.
Senate Bill 212 by Senator Still of the 48th, Burns of the 23rd, Albers of the 56th, Hodges the 3rd, Hickman of the 4th. Bill be titled an act to amend Part 14 to Article 6, Chapter 2, Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to other educational programs.
Education.
Senate Bill 213 by Senator Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, Cowser of the 46th, Albers of the 56th, Red of the 33rd, Summers of the 13th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Part 2 of Article 15 to Chapter 1 of Title 10 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to Fair Business Practices Act of 1975.
Regulated industries.
Senate Bill 218 by Senator Robertson of the 29th, Strickland of the 42nd, Gooch of the 51st, Walker of the 20th, Bearden of the 30th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Title 15 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to courts.
Judiciary non-civil.
Senate Bill 220 by Senator Brass of the 6th, Summers of the 13th, Hatchett of the 50th, Strickland of the 42nd, Jackson of the 41st, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend various provisions of the Official Code of Georgia annotated so as to rename low THC oil.
Regulated industries.
Senate Bill 233 by Senator Brass of the 6th. The bill be titled an act to amend Article 6, Chapter 1 and Title 37 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to behavioral health reform.
Public and community health.
Senate Bill 236 by Senator Wicks of the 34th, Payne of the 54th, Merritt of the 9th, Goodman of the 8th, Brass of the 6th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Code Section 22-150 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to eligibility for enrollment.
Education.
Senate Bill 244 by Senator Beach of the 21st, Albers of the 56th, Summers of the 13th, Roberts of the 29th, Tillery of the 19th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Article 1 of Chapter 11 of Title 17 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to general provisions regarding the assessment and payment of costs.
Judiciary non-civil.
Senate Bill 245 by Senator Hodges III, Kennedy the 18th, Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, Albers of the 56th, Hickman of the 4th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Code Section 19-7-3 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to actions by grandparents or other family members.
Judiciary.
Senate Bill 252 by Senator Halpern of the 39th, Orrock of the 36th, McLaurin of the 14th, Estevez of the 35th, Goodman of the 8th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 37 of Title 36 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to acquisition and disposition of real and personal property.
Intergovernmental coordination.
Senate
General.
Senate Bill 254 by Senator Cowser of the 46th. The bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 23 of Title 2 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated the Georgia Hemp Farming Act.
Regulated industries.
Senate Bill 255 by Senator Cowser of the 46th. The bill be titled an act to amend Chapters 1 and Title 28 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to general provisions regarding the General Assembly.
Rules.
Senate Bill 256 by Senator Cowser to the 46th. The bill be titled Act to amend Article 4, Chapter 3, Title 46 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to electric membership corporations.
Energy, utilities, and telecommunications.
Senate Bill 259 by Senator Brass of the 6th, Dulles Allen of the 27th, Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, Williams of the 25th, Hodges of the 3rd, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 11, Title 15 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the Juvenile Code.
Judiciary juvenile.
Senate Bill 260 by Senator Williams, the 25th, Brass, the 6th, Watson, the 1st, Robertson, the 29th, Beach, the 21st, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 7 and Title 50 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the Department of Economic Development.
Intergovernmental coordination general.
Senate Bill 268 by Senator Robertson, the 29th, Gooch of the 51st, Albers the 56th, Bearden of the 30th, Payne of the 54th. Bill be titled Act to amend Article 2, Chapter 11 of Title 16 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to offenses against public order.
Judiciary non-civil.
Senate Bill 276 by Senator Eccles of the 49th, Strickland of the 42nd, Hatchett of the 50th, Hufstetler of the 52nd, Tillery of the 19th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Code Section 49-4, 148 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to recovery of medical assistance from third-party liable.
Insurance.
Senate Bill 284 by Senator Walker of the 20th, Brass of the 6th, Kennedy the 18th, Strickland of the 42nd, Summers of the 13th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 5 of Title 10 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated the Georgia Uniform Securities Act of 2008.
Governmental Affairs.
Senate Bill 291 by Senator Gooch of the 51st, Kennedy the 18th, Roberts of the 29th, Anna Duarte of the 31st, Walker of the 20th, and others. The bill be titled an act to amend Code Section 40 to 86.1 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to special license plates.
Motor Vehicles.
Senate Bill 293 by Senator Anderson of the 24th, Payne of the 54th, Gooch of the 51st, Roberts of the 29th, Kennedy the 18th, and others. Bill be titled Act to amend Code Section 40 to 85.1 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to license plates.
Motor Vehicles.
Senate Bill 298 by Senator Roberts and the 29th bill be titled Act to amend Code Section 5, 6, 34 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to judgments and rulings deemed directly appealable.
The Judiciary.
That completes first readers.
Second reading of bills and resolutions. The clerk will read.
House Bill 719 by Representative Yerto of the 152nd, a bill to amend an act to provide new composition of the chairperson and members of the Board of Education of Worth County. House Bill 720 by Representative Yerto of the 152nd, a bill to amend an act to reconstitute the Board of Education of Lee County. House Bill 721 by Representative Clark of the 108th, Bell of the 75th, and Sharper of the 177th, a bill relating to ride-share network services and transportation referral services. House Bill 722 by Representative Stevens of the 164th, Petrie of the 166th, Franklin of the 160th, a bill to amend an act establishing the State Court of Bryan County. House Bill 723 by Representative Holly of the 116th, McQueen of the 61st, Glaze of the 67th, Fry of the 122nd, Lupton of the 83rd, and others, a bill relating to imposition rate computation exemptions from income taxes. House Bill 724 by Representative Franklin of the 160th, a bill to amend, consolidate, create, revise, and supersede the several acts incorporating the city of Pembroke. House Bill 725 by Representative Cummings of the 39th, Fry of the 122nd, Washburn of the 144th, Wilkerson of the 38th, Smith of the 41st, and others, a bill relating to landlords' duties as to repairs and improvements. House Bill 726 by Representative Cummings of the 39th, Fry of the 122nd, Sharper of the 177th, Smith of the 41st, Wilkerson of the 38th, and others, a bill relating to prohibited use of purchasers' credit card information by merchant. House Bill 727 by Representative Williamson of the 112th, Abstration of the 104th, Leverett of the 123rd, Gaines of the 120th, Reeves of the 99th, a bill relating to general authority, duties, and procedures of the Department of Administrative Services and State Purchasing. House Bill 730 by Representative Petrie of the 166th, Stevens of the 164th, Hitchens of the 161st, Gilliard of the 162nd, Jackson of the 165th, the bill to amend an act creating the Chatham-Savannah Authority for the Homeless. House Bill 731 by Representative Ballinger of the 23rd, Ridley of the 22nd, Byrd of the 20th, Thomas of the 21st, Goggins of the 14th, and others, a bill relating to homestead option sales and use tax. House Resolution 480 by Representative Irwin of the 32nd, a resolution honoring the life of World War II veteran Bobby Blackwell and dedicating a road in his memory. House Resolution 512 by Representative Hagan of the 156th, Gamble of the 15th, Jones of the 25th, Petrie of the 166th, Lim of the 98th, and others, a resolution creating the House Study Committee on the Addiction Epidemic and Solutions for Recovery. Senate Bill 9 by Senator Alberts of the 56th, Still of the 48th, Estevez of the 35th, Rahman of the 5th, Cowser of the 46th, and others, a bill relating to general provisions relative to obscenity and related offenses. Senate Bill 36 by Senator Setzler of the 37th, Bass of the 6th, Anna Duarte of the 31st, Williams of the 25th, Hickman of the 4th, and others, a bill relating to state government. Senate Bill 63 by Senator Dixon of the 45th, Gooch of the 51st, Robertson of the 29th, Harbison of the 16th, Hickman of the 4th, and others, a bill relating to miscellaneous provisions under the Quality Basic Education Act. Senate Bill 91 by Senator Tillery of the 19th, Watson of the 1st, Hatch of the 50th, Kilpatrick of the 32nd, Goodman of the 8th, and others, a bill relating to state employees' health insurance plan. Senate Bill 110 by Senator Anna Duarte of the 31st, Robertson of the 29th, Estevez of the 35th, Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, a bill relating to definitions relative to the Juvenile Code. Senate Bill 112 by Senator Dixon of the 45th, Goodman of the 8th, Anderson of the 24th, Summers of the 13th, Jones of the 22nd, and others, a bill relating to selling and other trade practices. Senate Bill 124 by Senator Still of the 48th, Dulles Dollis Hall of the 27th, Payne of the 54th, Anna Barche of the 31st, Kennedy of the 18th, and others. A bill relating to education. Senate Bill 126 by Senator Dixon of the 45th, Hickman of the 4th, Dollis Hall of the 27th, Anna Barche of the 31st, Payne of the 54th, and others. A bill relating to definitions relative to the Completion Special Schools Act. Senate Bill 144 by Senator Watson of the 11th, Gooch of the 51st, Kennedy of the 18th, Beach of the 21st, Goodman of the 8th, and others. A bill relating to liability for use of fertilizers, plant growth regulators, or pesticides. Senate Bill 154 by Senator Hatchett of the 50th, Gooch of the 51st, Kennedy of the 18th, Robertson of the 29th, Anna Barche of the 31st, and others. A bill relating to education, law enforcement officers and agencies, and professions and businesses. Senate Bill 160 by Senator Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, Albert of the 56th, Jones of the 10th, Robertson of the 29th, Halpern of the 39th, and others. A bill relating to reckless stunt driving. Senate Bill 177 by Senator Anna Barche of the 31st, Albers of the 56th, Burns of the 23rd, Robertson of the 29th, Williams of the 25th, and others. A bill relating to government transparency and campaign finance. Senate Bill 180 by Senator Dixon of the 45th, Cowser of the 46th, Burns of the 23rd, Setzler of the 37th, Anna Barche of the 31st, and others. A bill relating to the high demand apprenticeship program. Senate Bill 193 by Senator Brass of the 6th, Hatchett of the 50th, Harbison of the 15th, Albers of the 56th, Brass of the 21st, and others. A bill relating to vocational, technical, and adult education. Senate Bill 199 by Senator Watson of the 11th, Gooch of the 51st, Burns of the 23rd, Goodman of the 8th, Williams of the 25th, and others. A bill relating to government transparency and campaign finance. Senate Bill 201 by Senator Walker of the 20th, Goodman of the 8th, Hodges of the 3rd, Wheatillery of the 19th, Watson of the 11th, and others. A bill relating to unfair or deceptive practices in consumer transactions and unlawful examples. Senate Bill 241 by Senator Williams of the 25th, Anderson of the 24th, Mallow of the 2nd, Robertson of the 29th, Parent of the 44th. A bill relating to funeral directors and establishments, embalmers, and crematories. Senate Resolution Number 8 by Senator Anna Barche of the 31st, Robertson of the 29th, Kennedy of the 18th, Gooch of the 51st, Albers of the 56th, and others. A resolution honoring the life and memory of Deputy Brandon Cunningham, dedicating an intersection in his memory. Senate Resolution 231 by Senator Albers of the 56th, McLaurin of the 14th, Beach of the 21st, Robertson of the 29th, Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, and others. A resolution honoring the life of Officer Jeremy Labonte and dedicating an interchange in his memory. Through second readers.
Reports of standing committees. Mr. Clerk, will you read?
Representative Matt Hatchett of the 155th District, Chairman of the Committee on Appropriations, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Appropriations has had under its consideration the following bill of the House. It's instructed me to report the same back to the House with following recommendations. House Bill 68 do pass by committee substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Matt Hatchett of the 155th District, Chairman. Representative Beth Camp of the 135th District, Chairman on Committee on Intergovernmental Coordination Locals, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Intergovernmental Coordination Locals had under its consideration the following bills of the House. It's instructed me to report the same back to the House with the following recommendations. House Bill 548 do pass. House Bill 587 do pass. House Bill 623 do pass. House Bill 624 do pass. House Bill 685 do pass. House Bill 697 do pass. House Bill 698 do pass. House Bill 703 do pass. House Bill 514 do pass. Respectfully submitted, Representative Beth Camp of the 135th District, Chairman. That completes the reading of the reports of standing committees.
Members, we do have a local calendar at this time. Third reading and passage of bills on the local calendar that are. We do have 3 bills on the local calendar that relate to homestead exemption and require a recorded 2/3 roll call vote for passage. Third reading and passage of uncontested local bills. If there is no objection, we will vote on the local calendar as a whole with a recorded vote. Hearing none, it is so ordered. Mr. Clerk, will you read the local calendar?
House Bill 514 by Representative Seaball of the 34th City of Kennesaw. House Bill 548 by Representative Green in the 154th Albany, Dougherty County. House Bill 587 by Representative Gamble of the 15th City of Cartersville. House Bill 623 by Representative Smith of the 18th Carroll County. House Bill 624 by Representative Smith of the 18th Carroll County. House Bill 685 by Representative Gamble of the 15th Bartow County. House Bill 697 by Representative Tarvin of the 2nd City of Chickamauga. House Bill 698 by Representative Tarvin of the 2nd Walker County. House Bill 703 by Representative Bond of the 73rd City of Peachtree City.
Is there any objection to the previous question being ordered on the local calendar? Hearing none, the previous question is ordered. Is there any objection to agreeing to the report which was favorable, report of the committee which was favorable to the passage of the bills? Hearing none, the report of the committee is agreed to. Shall these bills now pass? All those in favor of the passage of the bills on the local calendar will vote yes. All those opposed will vote no. And Mr. Clerk, will you unlock the machine? Have all members voted? All members voted. If so, Mr. Clerk, will you lock the machines? On the passage of the local calendar, the yeas are 165, the nays are 0. These bills having received the requisite constitutional majority are therefore passed. Members, we have many distinguished guests on the floor and in the gallery this morning, and we're getting ready to recognize one group of them with an invite resolution. So I'm going to ask the members if you'll please take your seats, cease conversations, or take them to the anteroom. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption of House Resolution 407? Mr. Clerk.
House Resolution 407 by Representative Yerto of the 152nd, Barton of the 5th, Gamble of the 15th, Parsons of the 44th, Crow of the 118th, and others. A resolution recognizing and commending MEAG Power on its 50th anniversary.
I'm going to recognize a former mayor, a member of this House, and some distinguished folks who do a lot for our state. Representative Bill Yerter is recognized to speak to the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's my privilege to recognize and commend MEAG Power on its 50th anniversary. MEAG, or the Municipal Electric Authority of Georgia, was created by an act of the General Assembly on March 18, 1975. For 50 years, MEAG Power has remained steadfast in its mission to serve the electric needs of 49 participant cities in Georgia, or communities in Georgia. This fosters economic growth, energy security, and enhancing the quality of life for millions of Georgians. The participants vary greatly in size and character. You have large communities like Marietta to small communities like Brinson near the Florida line with just several hundred folks. MEAG has demonstrated exceptional leadership in the delivery of reliable and affordable power. MEAG has a diverse energy portfolio that includes nuclear, coal, gas, and hydroelectric. MEAG is a proud owner of 22% of Plant Vogtle and Vogtle Units 3 and 4. The Plant Vogtle expansion has contributed to Georgia being a leader in the energy sector all over the U.S. One of the reasons that folks are looking to Georgia to come do business. Through the 5 decades, MEAG Power has earned a reputation for excellence in governance, operational efficiency, and fiscal responsibility. MEAG's continued success is a testament to the leadership of its management, employees, and participant communities who have made public power a real asset in Georgia. I have personally seen, being a former mayor and MEAG board member, the value of being a MEAG community. Today we have with us President and CEO Jim Fuller, Senior Vice President Steve Jackson, and we have some board members with us, and they volunteer their time and do a great job. Former House member and Mayor of Marietta, Steve Thunder Tumlin, Tim Houston, Ackworth Alderman, Greg Thompson, Council Member in Monroe, and Eric Wilson, Mayor Forsyth. And then we've got a great group up in the gallery also. Let's give these folks a hand. He didn't want to say anything. We're good.
I'm going to up the chairman one for a second before he leaves up here. A former member of this house who happened to come in when I did to this house in 2005, a dear friend of mine, that mayor of Marietta, Steve Thunder Tumlin. He's still bringing the thunder up in Marietta, so we're glad to see former House member Tumlin here with us today. Thank you for your service to your community in our state. And thanks to MEAG, you guys do a lot all around the state. We appreciate what you do for our cities. It's important work, and it's making a difference. So thank y'all for being here. And congratulations on those 50 years. Members, we have some morning orders in the afternoon, so we're going to recognize Chairman Meeks. Representative Stephen Meeks is recognized for a morning order. Give the gentleman your attention, please.
Burchett. You gonna come up here? Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and ladies and gentlemen. It's always great to have folks from home in the chamber. And today, we would like to recognize the Pierce County High School girls golf state AA team. Ladies, if y'all will stand and help us recognize the girls golf team from Pierce County. They are led by head coach Stuart Stipe and assistant coach Kim Spivey, who are here as well. And further, Mr. Speaker, Coach Stipe was named the Georgia High School Association NFHS Girls Coach of the Year. So Coach Stipe, congratulations. Thank y'all for being here today. And again, let's help welcome the Pierce County girls golf team. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the will. Good job. Thank you.
The gentleman has yielded the will. Congratulations. That special sport, that golf, a little golf tournament. We just recognized We just recognized, thanks to Representative Jones, Women's Golf Day. Yeah, we did that. Thanks for that. Representative Schofield, you have a special visitor. You want to come tell us about her? And some friends coming along with you. I want you to give the lady in the well your attention, please. She has a nice, very nice recognition of visitors in the Capitol today. Representative Schofield is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the House, I am honored today to welcome Queen Olori Atuwase III, the Queen of the Kingdom of Warri, the Delta State region from Nigeria. Her husband, the Royal Majesty Ojiami, okay. I'll work on it. Give me a minute. Atuwase, are they your family? No. Is not able to join us for the trip. However, the Queen has traveled many miles with an amazing team from her team, Elevate Africa. Elevate Africa is an institution dedicated to reshaping, creating sustainable, impactful partnership, building bridges in Georgia and across the globe. With a focus on narrative transformation, empowering communities, and advancing projects and progress through collaboration with innovation in media, technology, entrepreneurship, health, young women, Elevate Africa is elevating the narrative of the Africa we see, creating a brighter future, not tomorrow, but today. The Queen has received many prestigious awards, including the Freedom of the City of London, an honor bestowed by Princess Diana and Nelson Mandela. She's also received the U.S. President's Lifetime Achievement Award. More than that, Your Majesty is here to build the relationship with Georgians in and across this state and around the world. We are honored, Queen, to have you here. Your Majesty, when you stepped foot in Atlanta, Atlanta was changed. So thank you. Members, will you rise and greet Your Majesty, Queen Olori Atuwase III. She has a House resolution, and she'll be in the anteroom to take pictures. Mr. Speaker, I yield the well.
Thank you, Representative. Your Majesty, it's so good to have you in the People's House and in your entire delegation. We look forward to working very closely with you. Thank you for being here. You bless us with your presence. Thank you for being here. Your Majesty, if you'll bring your delegation down to that south anteroom, we'd love to have some photos with you. Chairman Dickey is recognized for a morning order. Chairman Robert Dickey.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, members of the House, Representative Stinson and Ballard, and maybe others, Representative Doreen Carter. I want to recognize a remarkable, special young lady up in the gallery with Naya Floyd. She's a first-generation college student from Lithonia, currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in agriculture at Fort Valley State University, and with working in her passion for animals. So maybe we'll have a large animal vet that's sorely needed in our state one of these days. But she's deeply involved with many student community organizations, and with her beauty and poise, she's serving as the 87th Miss Fort Valley State University, and also serving as Miss National Black College Alumni Hall of Fame Queen. So I want this legislature welcome her and thank you for being here today and all that you're doing. A truly remarkable young lady with a very bright future for our state. Welcome to the House. And she'll be in the anteroom shortly.
Thanks for gracing us with your presence today from the Fort Valley State. Thank you. You're very impressive, and continued good luck with your future. Thanks for being here. Representative Mac Jackson. Representative Mac Jackson and some friends. Representative Richardson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today we rise to welcome the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today we rise to welcome the Chamber of Commerce from McDuffie County to the Georgia House of Representatives. Also, they have with them the Mayor of Thompson today at the state capitol. Let's give them a hand for being here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the well.
Representative Jackson and Richardson, I met with dear old friend, the county manager from McDuffie County, Manager Crawley, this morning. So I know they were up there earlier, and I'm sorry they had to leave. So tell them. Oh, okay. We'll never forgive him, will we? Absolutely. They're a good group of folks. We're proud they're here today. Thanks for having them here. Representative Reeves is going to introduce our Doctor of the Day.
Thank you, Speaker Burns and House colleagues. I'm proud to introduce Dr. Indran Krishnan. He is here today for the 12th time as Doctor of the Day. He's a gastroenterologist in Gwinnett County. He serves patients there. This is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, so get screened, and he can get you connected with a referral for that. He has volunteered for the community, taught at Emory. He has Dr. Patricia Cabrera, a Cuba native, with him today. So welcome, Doctor of the Day, Dr. Indran Krishnan.
Thank you for serving us today. We appreciate that. Doctors, I hope you'll, members, I hope you'll express to the doctor our appreciation for him being here. Okay, that completes our morning orders. We're going to transition into afternoon orders just that quickly. It is daylight savings time. What can I say? Okay, here's the process we'll follow for afternoon orders. If y'all will give the members in the well your attention, I'm going to give you up to, I hope y'all won't take this, but I'm going to stretch it just a little bit and give you up to 4 minutes each. Representative Derek Jackson is first, Chairman Bonner, and Representative Bell. Representative Derek Jackson is recognized for an afternoon order. Representative Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, colleagues. Today I rise about an issue that's at the heart of our nation's values and our commitment to those who have served unselfishly. The proposed 87,000 federal job cuts within the VA predominantly affected military veterans, which comprised 1/3 of agency employees. This threatens to undermine the very foundation of honor, respect, and gratitude that we owe our veterans. The Veterans Administration is not just another government agency. It is the lifeline for millions of men and women who have dedicated their lives to protecting our freedoms. These veterans have faced unimaginable challenges and hardships, and upon their return, they deserve our unwavering support. The VA provides health care, benefits, and essential services that help veterans reintegrate into civilian life. The proposed job cuts within the VA can jeopardize the quality of care and services that our veterans desperately need and rightfully deserve. Reduced staffing levels will inevitably lead to longer waiting times, decreased access to specialized care, and decline the overall quality of services. This is simply unacceptable. Our veterans have already sacrificed too much, and they should not have to face additional hurdles to access the care and support they need. One of the most commendable aspects of the VA is the employment of veterans, military veterans. Veterans working with the VA bring a unique perspective, empathy, understanding that they cannot replicate. They have walked in the same boots and faced similar struggles, and their presence within the agency is invaluable. We have a moral and ethical obligation to stand by our veterans, to honor their service, and to ensure that they receive the best possible care and support. This is not a matter of politics, it's a matter of principle. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I yield the well.
Is Representative Bell here? Representative Eric Bell? Chairman Bonner is recognized for an afternoon order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, I just wanted to take a moment to just speak a moment about how proud we are to have one of our former colleagues, one of our former Congressman, Doug Collins, as our new Secretary of the Veterans Administration. I've been in communication with Secretary Collins, and I'm happy to report that he's doing an incredible job for us. While it is true that we will be finding some efficiencies within the Veteran Administration, the sole purpose of finding these efficiencies is to do one thing, and that's to serve our veterans better. I know, like many of you, you've had interactions with veterans in your community, and oftentimes those interactions with the Veterans Administration is less than positive. So what we are attempting to do is to streamline that administration so that we can be more responsive to our veterans, we can get more benefits faster to our veterans so that they get the health coverage they need, the medical benefits they have deserved and they have earned in a way that is more efficient. Right now, it's taking claims sometimes upwards of 3 to 5 years to adjudicate. That is unacceptable, and I think we can all agree that there's plenty of opportunities within that Veterans Administration to find efficiencies, and that is solely what we're trying to do, and I'm here to congratulate Secretary Doug Collins on that effort. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The gentleman is yielded the well. Representative Bell. Recognized for an afternoon order.
Oopsie. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, today I rise to stand on the side of justice. It's become before you today. I've come before you today, heavy in the heart, but with a righteous fire that cannot be extinguished. It is time to call out the evil for what it is. It is time to call out the name of wickedness that has slithered into our streets, masquerading in law and order, and it is time for us to unite as people of conscience against those who seek to brutalize the most vulnerable against us. I'm here to offer my deepest condolences to the victims and to condemn in the strongest possible terms the disgraceful actions of Da Vinci Barcelo, who is in so-called Sweet Auburn frontline enforcement. As for some of those who may call safe, but let it be clear, there is nothing safe about armed vigilantes who prowl our streets, terrorizing our homeless, destroying what little they do have, and trampling on the dignity of human life. This past weekend, these so-called cowards descended upon the sacred grounds near Ebenezer Baptist Church, a place that stands as a beacon of hope, justice, and a church that the great Dr. Martin Luther King himself preached the gospel of love and nonviolence. And what did they do? They slashed and destroyed tents of those who have nowhere else to go. They left men, women, and children exposed to the elements, robbing them of not just only shelter, but the very humanity they have. What kind of person leads such an operation? What kind of person raises their hand against the poor and calls it justice? What kind of coward finds satisfaction in kicking the already downtrodden? To Da Vinci Barcelo and the Safe Vigilantes, hear me and hear me well. Your actions are not righteous acts. They are not just acts. They are acts of cruelty, and they are an affront to everything that is good, holy, and just. You stand not just on the side. You do not stand on the side of the law and order, but on the side of fear and oppression. You are not protectors. You are prosecutors, and history will remember you as such. The Bible warns us against such wickedness. Proverbs 14:31 tells us, whoever oppresses the poor shows contempt to their maker, but whoever is kind to the needy honors God. You claim to be enforcers of order, but you deny that very God that condemns us to love our neighbor, to lift up the downtrodden, and to show mercy. We will not stand idly by while we turn our streets into hunting grounds for those without a voice. We will not be silent while we desecrate the legacy of a church built on the foundation of civil rights and moral courage. And we will not let this stand unanswered. This visual anti-violence must end. Those responsible must be held accountable. And the homeless brothers and sisters, we see you, we love you, and we stand with you. And we will not let this injustice go unchallenged. Dr. King once said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. The actions of SAFE are threats to not only just the homeless, but to the very fabric of our state, the morals, and our humanity. Let us stand firm in the face of hate, and let us send a clear message to SAFE that anyone who dares to follow this path, your reign of terror must end now. I now ask you for a brief moment of silence for the victims of those who suffer this insidious act. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the will.
Members, we have a former member of this House on the floor, Representative Jane Kidd from over in Athens. It's good to see you. Good to have you back, Jane. Come on up. If you'll take a photo with me, I'd love to have a photo with you. Thank you. Members, we do have a couple of birthdays today. In fact, we have two. If you have a page, don't take off. We're going to take some page photos in just a moment. But before we do announcements, I want to recognize two of our members. One of them is brand new, and that's Representative Angie Osteen. Happy birthday, Representative Osteen. and another dear friend and important member of this house, my friend Amari Crawford. Representative Crawford, happy birthday. We're going to move on to announcements at this time. Members, we'll move on to announcements at this time. Recognize Representative Chaz Cannon for an announcement. Give the member in the wheel your attention. It may be something you want to know about.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a real easy topic to talk about today, and that is tomorrow is Trout Fishing Day. This is our Georgia Legislative Sportsman's Caucus event tomorrow, Tuesday, March 11th, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the West Palisades Park. Okay, that's at 932 Acres Ridge Drive, Southeast. It's the closest place to the Capitol that you can catch trout fish in. So everything will be provided, the gear, the waiters, everything is provided. Just need you to come if you can. Please RSVP, come see me. I'll make sure you get your name on the list. But any novice to a professional trout person can come. So please come and make it. It'll be a fun day. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Are you going to cook what you catch?
Sir?
Are you going to cook what you catch?
You got to, it's catch and release, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, excuse me, catch and release. You're a real sportsman, there's no doubt about that. Representative Kendrick, she'll be up when she comes back in. Let's see, Chairman Hawkins, recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There'll be a meeting on the Health Committee in 403 upon adjournment.
Chairman Chokus, recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Small Business Development will meet tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., room 506. We got the Georgia Automobile Dealers Association coming. 506, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair Lady Camp, recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There will be an intergovernmental coordination meeting today, immediately following session. It's going to be in room 606 at CLOB. Thank you.
Chairman Corbett, recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Motor Vehicles Committee will meet at 8 a.m. in the morning, room 606, CLOB. Thank you.
Representative Gamble, recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Speaker. Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., the fellowship will meet in Judiciary, Capitol 132. Hope you can make it. See you in the morning.
Representative Noel Williams, Representative Trey Rhodes, and Representative Blackman. Boy, you keeping company these days there, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Blackman, I wasn't going to give you your first name because of the company you keeping. Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just want to let everybody know that Banks and Banking dinner tonight and Ways and Means dinner and Game Fish and Parks has been moved to Dunwoody, Fogo de Chao at Dunwoody. The Fogo de Chao in Buckhead, they had a mishap last night, and they cannot accommodate us today. So we're going to move to Dunwoody, Fogo de Chao at 6 o'clock. Look forward to seeing you all there. For your email.
All three of these committees will be at Dunwoody at Fogo de Chao.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. That completes our Deshaun Kendricks. Did you make it back? Okie doke. Members, if before I recognize Majority Leader, I just want to thank y'all. The whip mentioned it earlier. I want to thank you for your work on Thursday and Thursday night as we've gone back and reviewed those bills that this House passed. They're very meaningful, not just for the members of this body, but for the people of this state. So as a citizen of Georgia, I just want to thank y'all personally for your work. We have more work to do. We will continue to work together for the best of this body, the People's House, and for this state. Appreciate you all. Thank you for your service. Majority Leader of this House is recognized for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that this House stand adjourned until 1 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday, March 11th, 2025.
On the motion of the majority leader that this House stand adjourned till 1 p.m. Tuesday, March the 11th, 2025. All those in favor will say aye. All those in favor will say aye. Thought I could trick y'all, but I couldn't. All those opposed will say no. Yep, it was clear. The ayes have it. We're adjourned. See you tomorrow.